Good afternoon. I'm 14 First Alert meteorologist Arden Gregory here with your streaming show this afternoon. We've obviously got a lot going on. Many of you are probably hearing the thunderstorms that are currently rolling through the tri-state. They've got a lot of lightning in them, so it is a little bit loud out there right now. I'm going to pull up the Facebook Live video on my phone here just so I can see your comments in case anybody does have any comments. Somebody already asking what's happening or what's going to happen in Evansville, obviously talking about that thunderstorm that we have going on right now. Look at all that lightning. These storms have rolled in from the west just over the past couple of hours. Lots of lightning within these thunderstorms. So like I said, it will be a little bit noisy as these are rolling through. None of these are severe storms, but you certainly don't want to be caught outside in that. That lightning can be very dangerous. And if I take the lightning strikes off, you can also see how heavy the rain is. Notice how many bright oranges and reds we have within these thunderstorms showing that heavy rainfall. So we haven't had any issues with damaging winds just yet. It is a little bit breezy within those thunderstorms, but mainly this is just heavy rain and lots of lightning for the time being. But these rain chances are going to be sticking with us for a while. We've got these scattered thunderstorms over the region right now, continuing to push from west to east, but notice there's still more rain off west of I-57 in Illinois, also moving from west to east. So we'll continue to see more scattered thunderstorms moving from west to east across the tri-state as we go through the rest of this afternoon and into this evening. And some of this rain may even hang around into the first part of tonight, but after about midnight, those rain chances start to become lighter and more isolated. Friday, though, we're still not quite done with the rain. Scattered showers and a few thunderstorms will be possible, just kind of on and off throughout the day on Friday. There will be quite a bit of dry time mixed in too, but just know that really at any point in the day on Friday, you could get caught under a shower or a thunderstorm. That rain then tapers off Friday night, but we're still not done with the rain chances. Saturday, I think we'll probably start out dry in the morning, but then those rain chances pick back up Saturday afternoon and evening, and then taper off as we go into Saturday night. As for our severe weather threat, notice the entire tri-state outlooked in this green color here. That's a level 1 out of 5. So an isolated strong to severe storm is possible today, but widespread severe weather is not expected. Most of the thunderstorms we see today will be just general run-of-the-mill thunderstorms with some heavy rain and lightning. As we get into Friday and then Saturday, notice most of us outlooked in that brown color there for just general run-of-the-mill thunderstorms. There is a chance of severe weather to our north on Saturday that just barely comes down in Clips Pike and Du Bois counties, but for the most part, it looks like we'll probably dodge any severe weather on Saturday. However, again, thunderstorms with heavy rain and lightning will be possible mainly during the afternoon and evening. So for the individual risks, we are not outlooked for hail or tornadoes today. We don't really have a lot of cold air aloft, which is what you would really need to tap into, especially for hail. So not real concerned about that today. The most likely threat is flooding. We are sitting at a level 2 risk for flooding today. These storms, as I mentioned, have some very heavy rain in them. Then we also have a level 1 risk for some isolated damaging wind gusts. So that's something we'll be monitoring as these storms roll through. Some of them may have some gusty winds. I'm going to check in on the comments real quick, see if we have any pertinent questions. Some folks asking just kind of generally how bad is it supposed to get? That's always kind of a vague question in my opinion, but I hope I've answered it for you. Our risk of severe storms is very low, but we may get some heavy rain, lightning, and maybe some gusty winds. Not outlooked for hail or tornadoes, but it is certainly going to storm this evening, so not something you want to be outside in, but as long as you're indoors, I think you'll probably get through this just fine. We are getting some reports that there may be some power outages, so be aware of that, especially if you're out on the roads. If you come to a stoplight that is flashing red, that means it acts as a 4-way stop. Don't just blow through that if the stoplight's out. That's dangerous. Lots of people saying they're hearing all these big booms. There is a lot of thunder within these thunderstorms, lots of lightning, so it is going to be a little bit noisy. The clouds may look a little scary, but as of right now, nothing severe. And folks saying they got some heavy rain, 3 inches of rain in Wadesville. Yeah, so I would not be at all surprised if we do get some issues with some flooding out there today. Like I said, that is the most likely threat, but we may get some gusty winds as well. Now, we are under a heat advisory until 7 p.m. technically, but these storms are really cooling things off very quickly. Look at this temperature map. We've got 90, 91, 95 in western Kentucky where those storms have not hit yet, but where it is currently raining, we've got temperatures in the 70s. So as these storms roll through, they're really kind of putting an end to that heat and humidity that we saw through the first half of the day up through about the lunch hour. Then as these storms have fired up, it's really cooled off. It will be just kind of warm and muggy though through this evening and into the night, with temperatures holding pretty steady in those low to mid 70s even as the rain tapers off. And then tomorrow, warm and humid, not quite as hot as today though. We're looking at highs in the upper 80s to right around 90. It will be mostly cloudy tomorrow with that hit or miss chance of some scattered showers and storms. And we just can't seem to shake the rain chances. We've got a chance of scattered thunderstorms tomorrow, through the weekend, and even into the start of next week. Then those rain chances become much more isolated. By Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, it'll be mainly dry. It'll turn into more of just that general summertime chance where we get an isolated thunderstorm that just kind of pops up in the heat of the day. But that would be Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday of next week. For right now, though, we're caught in this active weather pattern. This cold front that's moving through right now, bringing us those thunderstorms, is going to just kind of stall out over our region as we get into Friday. As that lingers, that's why we see those hit or miss rain chances just kind of sticking around throughout the day Friday. Then as that system starts to move out, the next one moves in. That keeps the rain chances going through Saturday, Sunday, and even into Monday of next week. Now, that is at least helping keep some of the heat at bay, but I do want to mention these fronts are just kind of skirting along us. It keeps us in a very active weather pattern, but it also means we never get the relief on the backside of the cold front. Typically, a cold front blows through, and then behind it, it's cool and dry and sunny. We're just never going to get there. We're stuck in this active weather pattern, which also means we remain at this risk for flooding. We're at a level 2 risk for flooding today, then at a level 1 to level 2 risk as we go through the weekend and even into the start of next week. So every single day that we have these rain chances, today all the way through Monday, we've got a level 1 to level 2 risk of seeing some flash flooding because these storms may be capable of putting down some very heavy rain. But once this moves out, it'll actually get hotter because, like I said, that cold front never sweeps through. We never get on the backside of this. So we remain in this flow of warm, humid air. So we've got a moderate heat risk for the rest of today into Friday, Saturday. By Sunday and Monday, we start to see more of that major heat risk creeping in. And then Tuesday, that really takes over. And then look at Wednesday, major to maybe even pockets of that extreme heat risk. And when I say heat risk, that's the risk of heat-related illnesses, dangerous heat, things like heat exhaustion and heat stroke. So we're getting into a major to extreme risk of heat-related illnesses by the middle of next week. And even beyond that, the Climate Prediction Center has outlooked us for having a high risk of an extreme heat event then from Friday, July 25th up through the 31st as well. So something that we're definitely monitoring, and we've already issued alert days for. So we are on alert through the rest of the day today for these scattered thunderstorms that are rolling through. Again, lightning, heavy rain that could cause flooding, maybe an isolated damaging wind gust. Then scattered, mainly non-severe storms as we go through the weekend and into early next week. Then as those rain chances start to taper off, that's when the heat really takes over. We're talking about high temperatures in the mid to upper 90s, but those heat index values will be well into the triple digits. It's possible middle of next week, we could even be talking about some heat index values as high as 110. So a major heat wave headed our way next week, and we are already on alert for that as we are talking about the kind of heat that could pose a major or even extreme risk to your health if you are outside and not taking the proper precautions to protect yourself from that heat. All right, looks like a lot of people just talking about hearing those thunderstorms. Like I said, it is going to be noisy. There's lots of lightning, but as long as you're indoors, you should be okay. These storms are not severe. And yeah, we do already have that update or that alert day added for the heat next week. Some folks are asking about if things are going to be canceled. That's not my call. Nobody asks my opinion on those things. I have no input whatsoever. So whether or not your football game or event or whatever it might be is going on tonight, you'll have to check with whoever's in charge of making that call and check in with them. But we do have these storms rolling through. It's going to be very noisy. Look at all that lightning. Lots of thunder, lots of lightning, and lots of very heavy rain. Like I mentioned before, if I take these lightning strikes off, you can see those bright red. So as that rolls through, it'll have this sort of downpour, and you may very briefly see some flooding that would then recede again. They're dealing with some flash flooding in Illinois as well, and these storms will continue to sweep from west to east across the tri-state as we go through the rest of this afternoon and evening. So just be careful if you're out on the roads, but as long as you're indoors this evening, you should really be okay, as our severe weather threat is very low. I'm going to go ahead and wrap this up, but don't go anywhere. Jamie and Rob will be right back with some news headlines.
Stay informed on your local news and weather throughout the day by watching the 14 First Alert streaming shows. At 8:30 a.m., get your First Alert forecast to plan the day ahead and catch up on the news that happened overnight with the 14 News Sunrise team. In the afternoon, get the latest headlines, forecasts, and a preview of the stories we're working on with the 14 First Alert streaming show at 2:30. And get an in-depth look at the 14 First Alert forecast so you're ready for the next big thing with the 14 First Alert weather show at 9 p.m. Watch the 14 First Alert streaming show that fits your schedule and works best for you. Streaming on your phone by downloading the 14 News app and the 14 First Alert weather app. On your smart TV by using the 14 News streaming app. And stream anytime on Facebook, YouTube, or on 14news.com. Stay connected and stay informed by watching the 14 First Alert streaming shows on your favorite streaming devices. Live from 14 News, this is a 14 Digital News Desk update.
Good afternoon, everyone. Thanks for joining us for our 2:30 streaming show. I'm Jamie French.
And I'm Robinson Miles. Of course, we know the big story today is that alert day. Kind of an interesting, multifaceted one. We don't run into those too often. But our two headlines we're going to be talking about today, the first one actually relates to the weather, but kind of in a lighter way, give you guys a little bit of a break if you're stressing a little bit too much. Now, of course, this alert day is not just for the storm threat, but also for dangerous heat. Now, while most people are finding ways to stay cool, the members of the Wrights High School band, they've not been slowed down by this heat.
Yeah, that's right. They have been on the field, out there in the parking lots, day in, day out, preparing for their competition season coming up. Now, the band staff is out there with them, ensuring frequent hydration breaks. They're closely monitoring the students for any signs of heat stress. But still, can you imagine, Rob, the physical exertion required to march in formation while playing an instrument in this kind of weather? I mean, that's hard. That's hard work.
It blows my mind, especially because a lot of the formations they do, I mean, they do a lot of moving, obviously. But, like, it seems like for weather like this, you're just standing there taking it.
Oh, yeah.
Standing on asphalt, eyes in the sun.
Yeah, especially like
Yikes.
I mean, I'm sorry, I don't know much about band, but like the ones who have to like blow into the saxophone, the tuba, where they're like using their extra breath to play their instrument. That's hard work. That's impressive.
Oh, yeah. So glad they are as tough as they are, and I get to hang out inside. Well, actually, Zariah Cole went out to the band practice to get a look, and she says that everybody there was pushing through the heat. They're focused on their competitions, and of course, she's going to have more of a breakdown ahead on our evening shows tonight.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, let's move over to a full circle moment at the new Toyota Indiana YMCA today. Community members gathered together to honor our very own Tri-State gold medalist and WNBA superstar, Jackie Young.
Very cool. Now, while there, Jackie unveiled her mural at the new YMCA that just opened a few weeks ago. That is so cool.
Awesome.
Now, she gifted all the young girl basketball players, I can read, it's not a big deal, at the YMCA WNBA a new pair of shoes. Now, she also hung around afterwards to help with the youth girls basketball clinic.
Yeah.
Now, I grew up with a lot of kind of cool basketball clinics like that. We did not have an Olympian from
my
hometown.
goodness,
This would have been the coolest thing in the world.
I saw some more pictures on the YMCA's Facebook page today where I got these, and she was, throwing the ball around with those girls. She got to help with the JV and varsity basketball girls there in Princeton. I mean, I'm sure they are learning some awesome tips and tricks and, just how to stay driven like she always has been. The mural is very cool. It's got, of course, like her high school photo there wearing her high school Princeton jersey, and then it's got her college uniform, and then there in the middle with her WNBA uniform on. I mean, incredible.
That's something that I don't think I will ever experience, having a crowd like that who just adores you. Just like youth basketball
so humble,
players,
too.
right? As
Yeah.
a pro, everyone just adores you and everything you do. That would be the coolest experience
Rob,
in the world.
we adore you.
Thank you. I'm not buying you shoes.
That's fine.
Well, thank you so much. Of course, we have our evening shows coming up, all these stories and more in more detail. And then obviously our 14 First Alert weather team, they're monitoring everything that's going on. So as we get a little further in the day, they'll just be coming back with more updates, more details for our evening shows and also 14 News at 10.
Yep, absolutely. All right, that will wrap things up this afternoon. Thanks so much for watching. Have a great afternoon.